I'm State Representative Larry Springer. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of the 45th Legislative District. We're going to see parts of Kirkland and Carnation, Duval, and part of East King County. But I wanted to start today right outside my district office here in Kirkland. And we're standing actually in front, right over my shoulder, is the Kirkland Arts Center and the old Sears building. Those were the original downtown center of Kirkland when Kirkland was founded by Peter Kirk, a Britishman, back in the late 1880s. He had intended to turn Kirkland into the Pittsburgh of the West. Unfortunately for him, 1893 stock market crash occurred. It didn't work, and Kirkland is the town it is today, and I think we're all the better for it. But we're going to take a look at the rest of the district today, but I just wanted you to sort of see the original downtown Kirkland. So thank you, and let's go on a tour. So tell me a little bit about how Camp Corey got started and what types of children you serve.
We started Camp Corey well before we came onto the site. And we would take these great kids who were struggling with medical conditions, and we would travel with them to sister camps all around the country.
I see.
And then when we were able to acquire this property, we started holding those camp sessions here, expanded to currently the footprint of 32 campers per session that we're able to accommodate here in these.
So when they come to a session, how long are they here?
Typically it's a 1 week session. They come in on a Monday, they leave on a Friday.
Yeah.
And we serve a wide variety of medical conditions. Our first two sessions in 2008 were children with cranial and facial differences. Those children returned in 2009, and we added other camps such as mitochondrial disease, transplant, and next year we'll be adding even more camps.
So right back over here, these are the cabins where they actually camp then?
That's right. That's where our kids are housed right now. Our long-term vision is that we will build out a village of camper cabins. So with 12 cabins, we'll expand our capacity to 120 children per session. This year, as soon as school is out, we're into camp. And so we'll start in June and run all the way through August.
Where does the funding come from for Camp Corey?
Well, it aligns with the children that we serve. We serve the 5-state region of the Pacific Northwest, and that's really where our funding comes from. Despite the fact that we're part of a larger association, we get a lot of support in terms of how to run camps from our association, but the funding for Camp Corey comes from the generosity right here in this area.
Great. So do you get organizational support, United Way support, that kind of thing?
All the above. Grants, individuals, corporations, fundraising,
yeah, exactly.
fundraising
all
events,
that, yeah.
all that adds up to help make this possible.
Well, that's terrific. So now we are at the Snoqualmie Valley Senior Center in Carnation.
That's right.
With Amara Oden, the director. So Amara, tell me a little bit about what kinds of services the Senior Center provides.
We serve rural seniors in Duval, Carnation, and Fall City.
Right.
We offer a homemade hot lunch program every day, Monday
Which
through
is going
Friday.
on right now,
Which is going on right now. Yeah, there's a buzz in the other room.
Yeah.
And that's put together by 1 paid staff and 5 volunteers in our kitchen that the state helped to fund.
Pay for a few years ago. Yeah.
So it's getting a lot of use.
Good.
We have
our
exercise.
tax dollars at work.
That's
there.
right.
Yeah.
They're being well spent and well leveraged. We have an exercise program here that attracts between 30 and 50 seniors 3 times a week. And also we're a resource center for seniors who are looking to maintain their independence and further their health. They come to us to access resources outside of the community or to just find out.
Which helps them live independently, right?
Absolutely.
And stay at home rather than end up in, managed care facilities, which costs everybody a lot more money.
That's right. So we're a really important investment in terms of both for the seniors and cost to public funds in terms of keeping seniors in their home, which is really where they'd rather stay.
Here we are in Duval, and we started out this morning in Kirkland, came through Redmond, relatively dense suburban setting, and here we are now just 15 minutes away, and we're in a very rural part of the district. We're in the extreme sort of northeast corner of the 45th district. Behind me is what's called Cherry Valley. In fact, a couple of decades ago, I used to train my hunting dog out here, just literally right over the hill here in field trials, and it's still an area where they do that. But the point that I wanted to make by stopping here briefly was just to point out that there is a large rural section of the 45th district, which makes this a very, very interesting district with a great deal of diversity. Duval is one of the fastest growing cities in the area, and certainly in my district. It's now nearly 6,000 people, and what we're experiencing here is a downtown revitalization project that was a combination of work primarily by the city, but with some help from the state. This used to be a wide two-lane boulevard without the median strips, very narrow sidewalks, and it was affecting the businesses on both sides of the street. So over the last year or so, we've put together a project here. The City of Duval was the lead to revitalize downtown by redoing the streets. You can see the medians that are in, these great little signs they've put in. They've widened the sidewalks, and it's made for a much more inviting downtown. And it's hopeful that that will encourage business downtown and bring people here with a sense of a much greater definable downtown. So it's been a great project. Real proud of Duval for doing this. We are now just outside of downtown Woodinville, still in the city of Woodinville, but just outside of their downtown. We've got the old state historic monument behind us, which is the Hollywood Schoolhouse. It used to be a schoolhouse, now a banquet facility. It's a building that really has defined Woodinville. We're at a section where a large transportation project has gone in, a big roundabout, that is in preparation for the eventual construction of what Woodinville is calling the Wine Village. As you may know, Woodinville is now becoming known as a center for wineries. There's 45, almost 50 wineries now located in Woodinville. What we're going to see in the distance now, you see Chateau Saint Michel that way. You've got the Columbia Winery just down over here, the Willows Lodge, and then on the other side of those trees is a whole row of dozens of additional wineries. It's an economic engine that is really beginning to help define Woodinville. Not something that Woodinville was noted for even 10 years ago, but they are today. And it's going to bring a lot of tourism, and Woodinville is going to be on the map as the East Side's wine destination it would look like. We're now on the campus of Evergreen Healthcare in Kirkland. I wanted to sort of highlight this particular institution because it is a vital part of the whole East Side, including the 45th District, not to mention the city of Kirkland. We're here today with Sherry Grindelin. We are now standing in front of the brand new emergency center.
It's the Silver Tower. It contains the emergency room.
There we go.
We serve everything from North Bellevue on up through South Snohomish County, all North King County, all the way east to North Bend, Snoqualmie, that way, and as far east as even up into Mill Creek, Linwood.
So the newest addition is just across the way, the Young Pavilion.
In that building, we have the Evergreen Neuroscience Institute. We have the Booth Gardner Parkinson's Care Center, our MS Care Center, and movement disorders. On the second floor, we have the Cardiac Health and Wellness Center. New area, lovely, lovely area for anybody with heart issues or anybody who wants to get into shape.
Okay. We are now back in Kirkland. I wanted to come back here to point out one of the major topics that we'll be dealing with in the next legislative session. Off to my right, across Lake Washington, is the 520 Bridge. It is a project that has been under study for almost 2 decades. I am hopeful that in this next legislative session we may finally come to a resolution. I have been working on the 520 Bridge project in one form or another since 1997, and I really want it to be over. So hopefully we can end that. I also wanted to sort of bring closure to this little first trip around the 45th District by coming back here to a park that is the site of the old Kirkland Junior High. Back in 1962, while on the football team for Bellevue Junior High School, I played football right behind me here against Kirkland Junior High. Now I happen to live just a couple blocks away, so this is home now. I hope all of you got a little flavor of the 45th District, its diversity, and the difference between the urban setting and the rural setting. Real important to this district. So once again, thanks for watching, and don't hesitate to call me if there are any concerns you have. Thank you very much.